LeisureTime TV presents 2023 Resort Pool Madness. The Selection Special, live from Universal's Cabana Bay Beach Resort with Professor Daniel Miller and Guapo Mateo, Handsome Matt.
We are live from Universal's Cabana Bay Beach Resort, where this resort is the talk of the town as we look forward to the LeisureTime TV Resort Pool March Madness.
Yeah, I'm sure all the viewers were watching as you brought us the breaking news of the injury report for the Lazy River. I just spoke to the trainer. Not looking good for this March.
Not looking good. So we are going to keep our eyes very close to that. We're going to get ready to announce here who they're going to be facing in the first round. Are they going to be able to use it to their advantage? Is Cabana Bay going to be able to sustain itself? I guess we'll have to find out.
Well, let's go ahead and start with the universal bracket then.
Universal
here
bracket,
for
yeah.
March, Resort Pool Madness.
So,
ahead.
No surprise. Hard Rock coming in at the #1 seed. Another really great season. They actually improved. They went through a whole renovation. They got the repaint throughout the resort. It's just a beautiful resort. You know, #1 seed. It's actually the #1 overall seed of the entire bracket right now. So that is
absolutely no surprises here.
Huge.
Hard Rock is going to be the #1 seed.
Yep.
Tough draw for Avanti Palms Resort.
I know. 16 seed, but you know what? At least they're one of the first 4 that are in. Good for them.
And they're going to make some memories. They're going to get to play one of the top pools in the history of Orlando.
Yeah, so good for them. And then, we're not going to dissect all 64. Let's highlight some of the, really big ones here. As you see, Portofino coming in at 4. Royal coming in at 6. Wow.
I mean, you know what I'm excited for? I love equal matchups. They're at the 9 and 8 seed. You got Dockside Pool 1 versus Dockside Pool 2 over at Endless Summer.
Wow. Who do you go for if you're a Dockside stan? I have no idea.
Well, I mean, you're going to have, not only is it the pool, but then you have the pool bar, you have the bartenders. I mean, there's so many factors.
Yeah, and I'm really kind of surprised by Aventura #7. I really thought they'd be a higher seed, but I'm telling you right now, watch them to be a Cinderella team in this tournament. I mean, I did a whole video on them, and it was just, that resort is just all around spectacular. So I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, I think if you're gonna look at somebody who might also make a run, I'm thinking the Cabana Bay,
Thunderbird. Wow.
Water slides. Yeah. Great pool bar.
Yeah. Atomic bar. Yeah, it's so great. And I do got to remind myself here, Professor, that this is not resort madness. This is resort pool madness. So true. I know I was talking about Aventura and just, the interesting thing to know about them is that it's the amenities that are within the distance from the pool.
Sure. Like you could consider some of those amenities from Aventura as their
part of the pool experience.
Lunch. Yeah, you're going to get food there and bring it out to the pool.
Exactly. So
there's so many factors that can really influence this. So
definitely, and
I would say so. Obviously, the favorites can be Hard Rock coming out of Universal. A couple surprising. I mean, you never know. Coco Cay Water Park.
Yeah, I mean, it just really was a solid team. 3-4 years ago. Now all of a sudden they've kind of fallen down the bracket. Now on number 13th seed. Yeah. So we'll see how they do. But they are going against the Portofino Village Pool, which is the adult pool. So no slides. So they could have a shot. I mean, I'm not ruling them out by any means, but I mean, just looking at it all again, here, pretty solid division. I would really feel comfortable. With whatever pool ends up representing the Universal Division, I'd feel pretty confident in their chances in the Final Four.
It's a great area, obviously. Yeah. So
really great area.
Let's move on to the next one.
Yeah. So now just across the corridor, our other division, the Magic Division, and those seeds are just coming in now as we speak. So let's check them out.
Let's take a look. taking a look at the Magic Division over at Disney, what stands out?
Another no-brainer at the number 1 spot, the Yacht and Beach Club. I mean,
Perennial powerhouse.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, but like, what is it? 27 years in a row they've made the bracket. I mean, it's just their great program over there. I'm really impressed by what those guys are doing.
And they just bring it every year. They just continue to bring it. Obviously, a little bit one of the up and comers that wants to challenge them. I mean, 4 Seasons is such a glorious resort and resort pool. They might take it.
Number 2 seed. I mean, you never know. You can't rule out the 4 Seasons. I mean, they're always, really, really good team. But, it's that Yacht and Beach program that just has that 1 or 2 more things that just takes that, reign every single year. But, looking at the other ones, I mean, kind of some of the surprising ones, Contemporary all the way down at number 11. I mean, that was the original pool of the Magic Division. I mean, the original 1971. What's happened to them?
I'm hearing from some of the experts that it's the slide with no theming.
Wow,
it's literally like a exposed.
So they're not adapting to the game today. They're not adapting to the game today. That's just what it is.
Not right now. I mean, they might be able to make a run here at the end. I think what jumps out to me a little bit is this Swan and Dolphin versus the Waldorf Astoria.
Wow.
I mean, this is just coming out of 2 totally different worlds.
Yeah, I mean, literally, no pun intended, right? So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I like the Swan and Dolphin. It is a little bit bland, going back to the branding, but it is a better pool. So the theming is still kind of, they're not there yet, but the pool itself, I think, kind of beats the Contemporary, which is why you see that they're that number 5 seed. Yeah. But, I mean, the Polynesian, I mean, come on, 3 seed. A little bit low than some people might agree, but I mean, I think there might be one of those teams that can, represent the division. What do you think?
How much will that ambiance and the view and the sunsets come into play for the Polynesian? I mean, you really can't beat the music and the sunsets.
You can walk to Trader Sam's, outdoor or indoor, and then just go back to the pool. I mean, how great is that? You can't really beat that. Grand Flow at number 7. The All-Stars, kind of in those 14, 15 seeds, but, still pretty decent pools. They're, all in all, a pretty good division. I cannot wait to see who comes out of this. I think this is going to be more of a toss-up, I think.
Often forgotten, especially in this Magic Division, are the off-property hotels.
Yeah.
And I think the Hyatt Regency Grand Cypress always comes hard. They've been coming for decades, ever since the old Roseanne show. So I think I would keep an eye on the 4 seed Hyatt Regency Grand Cypress.
Yeah, a lot of really close. I mean, don't pay attention to the seeding, folks. These are all really good resorts, and I'm really excited for the first round to see who takes it all into the second round.
Absolutely. So, I mean, Orlando's a big region, so we got to move on to our next region.
Yep. So here we got the Sunshine Division.
Sunshine. Let's take a look at the Sunshine Division.
Let's go.
Good look at the Sunshine Division there with number 1 seed.
With the number 1 seed, the Hilton Orlando Resort, which, the result was in one of their conference championships. The upset, they beat the Wilderness Lodge, and so they took the number 1 seed, and Wilderness fell to the number 2. But I mean, I'm sorry. I really think that the number 1 seed is the Wilderness Lodge. I think they're the best team in this whole division. But let's look at some of the other ones that made it. Caribbean Beach at number 3. Obviously, they were not very good before, but they went through the renovation.
The renovation was gigantic. I mean, they added the slide, then they added the Banana Cabana, added the Skyliner.
Yep. So
man, they're really coming on strong the last few years.
3 seed, obviously there. Drury Inn LBV. Now, this was one that I was surprised that made it, but they're having a pretty good year.
Really good year. Again, renovations. That's something we're going to keep hearing all year.
Yep.
Yes, Orlando's a busy town. Yes, you can sell rooms, but those renovations are what are taking you to that next level.
And, this is a really surprising for me. The Art of Animation. This is Disney's largest pool, I thought. It's number 12 seed, number 13.
Underneath.
Number 12, number 13 seed. Why do you think they fell that low?
honestly, especially with I just think maybe getting a little too overconfident.
Yeah, it is. It is kind of overhyped a little bit.
As far as because obviously there's
No pool.
There's basically they take a look at the All-Star Sports, All-Star Music, and we're so much above them.
Yeah,
the Skyliner.
Right.
I think they're getting a little too overconfident.
And I'm sorry, I mean no slide. I meant there's no slide, and it's just sometimes that resort's so big that the pool is just a little bit too overcrowded too. So, anyways, but
if I was going to pick a sleeper in here, I'm liking Rose and Shingle Creek.
The Rose and Shingle Creek.
It's more of a convention center area hotel, but it's a very nice hotel.
Wow.
And I mean, going up against
and they're facing
Riverside.
Riverside was one of my favorites too.
It's really a great pool, but it has not been renovated in a while. It's been around since the early 90s.
What about so now we're on our third number 16 seed, the All-Star Sports Mighty Ducks. Out of all the number 16 seeds that we've seen so far, I think this one's the strongest. What do you think?
I do, other than, here's one of the criticisms I'm hearing from the experts, is that it's at All-Star Movies, the Mighty Ducks. It's actually at All-Star Movies, but it feels like it should be at Sports because it's a hockey pool.
Wow. It is. I thought it was at All-Star Sports. I thought the All-Star Movies.
These are the kind of confusing details that keep them down. If they could really streamline their message, streamline their theming, they might have a better shot.
They might have a better shot. So there you got it. And just one last to point out, the SeaWorld Renaissance. I mean, SeaWorld making an appearance in the bracket. Who would have thought? I mean, this is a park that has really grown in the last couple of years. So that resort is getting a lot more guests. They want to stay there because you get the free fast passes to the park itself, and so a lot of people are raving about their pool. I think they have a pretty good pool,
and it's a relative unknown for the entire region. But with the people that know SeaWorld, know the Renaissance, and they know that pool, and so they've got a big, strong following, and I think they can go far.
So all in all, pretty decent division. We'll see who comes out of this one, and let's see if they have a shot at some of the other kind of juggernauts of the other divisions. I
think if there's a criticism of this division as a whole, it's a little top-heavy.
Yeah, a little top-heavy.
Not a lot of depth.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. And as we enter here, our last division, the Hammock Division, let's see what they're going to be representing, or who's going to be representing them in the pool this March.
Okay, we got to look at the Hammock Division.
Last but not least, look at this, the Grande Lakes Resort. Now, keep in mind, this is the JW Marriott pools. What are the resorts there?
Ritz-Carlton.
Ritz-Carlton, that's right. So this is stereotypical big brand, but let's see if it can kind of go against, the second seed, which is the Omni Champions Gate, or in my opinion, one of Orlando's best resort pools, the Marriott World Center.
Yeah, I think this division is wide open because you've got a lot of unknowns. Obviously, the Grand Lakes is it's got a big name, but it's got some weaknesses in that it's split between two resorts. So there's, again, a little confusion. I think one of the ones that, if you're going to go with a low seed that has a really good run, Shades of Green as a 12 seed.
At a 12 seed, this is a resort that, number one, does a great thing for all of our servicemen and women. So thank you to them. But, I've never been to the resort, but I've heard really, really great things about it. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they do versus the Port Orleans French Quarter, which, has a pretty good pool, but it's like Riverside. It hasn't been redone.
No. And if anything, over the years, they've actually lost a section of the actually, they have. They have shade. What I do like about, I think, a strength for Port Orleans French Quarter, unlike Riverside that lost their bridge in the middle, they kept their bridge, leaving some shade in the pool. Very rare to have shade in the pool.
Yeah, wow. So, that's a sneaky team to watch. But I want to pay attention to the Boardwalk now. They're a number 6 seed. Now, Boardwalk was a resort, or Boardwalk is a resort that is sort of a meme with their clown slide. How do you feel about the clown slide making a run in the tournament this year?
I mean, the clown retired. Now it's on to this new, it's that new Minnie Mickey style.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of controversy. When they first released it, they misspelled the word keister.
Wow.
So just a lot of missteps in the losing of the clown, misspelling keister and the keister coaster. Great slide, but just a lot of silly mistakes.
Yeah. So that's really the kind of thing that how you lose in the first round is those silly mistakes
Those silly
like that.
mistakes are what can get you. I would like to also point out with Shades of Green, a lot of people don't know its other name, which is called the Oak Trail Country Club.
Wow.
You play the Disney Oak Trail 9-hole course. It's right there, and it's called the Oak Trail Country Club, and it's a solid one. I would keep an eye on that Shades of Green coming from 12. Possible Cinderella story.
Wow, Cinderella story indeed. I cannot wait to see which pool has what it takes to come out on the top. Stay tuned here. We're going to give our predictions for what we think or who is going to make the Final Four. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Professor Daniel Miller.
And I'm not self-proclaimed, but Handsome Matt.
And we are here with our sponsor, the Hideaway Pool Bar.
The Hideaway. Just steps away from Cabana Bay's Continental Pool, enjoy some nachos, a refreshing beer, or even a cocktail. Or just steps away, enjoy some leisure in the hot tub that you can see behind me.
Everything your heart desires can be found here at the Hideaway.
Thank you.
Okay, it's time to put up or shut up.
Yep. It is time.
Handsome Matt, a.k.a.
Guapo Matt.
Guapo Mateo.
Gracias. Muchísimas gracias. All right, so we are going to pick who we think are the teams that we think are going to make a deep run. Coming out of the Universal Division, I really think, Hard Rock, they've been in the Final Four, a record-breaking 37 times. It is just, it's pretty standard. I think Cabana Bay, there's a lot of Cabana Bay fans out there. I do think they've got a shot to make it to the Elite Eight at least, but otherwise, I think Hard Rock still comes out. So I'm going to circle that team as for me a lock to make the Final Four.
Yeah, and I just think game of that first round is going to be this Royal Pacific versus Portofino Bay.
Wow.
I think that could be a big game.
That's going to be a huge game.
It's a regional rivalry.
Right.
It's a.
I was just there too, scoping them out, and I really enjoyed the nice, refreshing, complimentary water with fruit. That was very nice. And I didn't even know this. They have not one, they have 2 hot tubs at Portofino Bay. So lots of X factors to look at. When you're at Royal Pacific, you do have that view of the Dr. Doom Fear Fall, which is kind of nice. So we'll see. You have that tiki theme as well. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes.
All right, coming out of the Hammock Division, who you like in the Hammock?
Man, the Hammock. I mean, you look at the number 1 seed, the Grande Lakes, but I just don't think they have what it takes. If I'm picking right now who I think is going to win, I really think the Marriott World Center is going to come out. I mean, they have. It's the largest Marriott in the world. They have a ton of pools. They have a ton of things to do within the pool area. I really am picking them. They have that great water slide. I'm picking them to win.
No one's talking about them. Omni Champions Gate.
Wow.
Going to make a run from the number 2 spot. I think they can take it. I think because they're off the beaten path a little bit, down in the middle of all that traffic.
Yep.
But if you're actually talking about the pool itself, that one's good. I think the game, a possible huge game, is going to be that. Believe it or not, I think Marriott World, that Art of Animation Little Mermaid pool, because of the decorations, is going to make, even though they're a 14 seed, I think that Marriott World Center needs to watch it.
Yeah, they do. And you know what? I'll tell you what you need to watch, Professor. You need to watch, I think the best game of the first round is going to be the number 8 seed. And this is in these Sunshine Division. I think it's going to be the Disney Riviera Resort versus the Hilton Bonnet Creek. 2 spectacular pools. It makes sense why one's an 8 seed, one's a 9 seed. I mean, they're both just so close together in that competition. I think, you could pick an 8 or 9 either way. But that is going to be a fantastic. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, especially since Riviera is so new to the game. I mean, there hasn't been a lot of time to scope, a lot of time to game plan.
Right.
So you're right. I think that's going to be really tough, especially that 8-9 seed.
Yep.
If I'm going to pick a shocking winner out of this one, I think Caribbean Beach in third. I know there's still a 3 seed, but that Caribbean Beach pool, the whole resort area, it's going to be tough to
They're going to be good. And then, of course, last but not least, in the Magic Division, I mean, Yacht and Beach, one of those, everyone thinks they're going to take it all, but I'm so sorry. I don't know if I can pick them. I mean, I just think Polynesian's just the better pool. And, to be quite honest with you, I mean, they might take it all. I have no idea.
I think between them and I think somebody coming out here strong out of, excuse me, I want to make a double check on the 6th seed.
Yep.
Animal Kingdom Lodge, Kidani Village.
Kidani, yeah. Not a lot of people think about Kidani. They think of the main pool, not the Kidani one. So
Kidani, I think, is going to be sneaky.
Yep.
They've got a great draw against the Contemporary because we've already talked about their struggles this year.
So.
And they're going to then go on to the Polynesian. I think that I'm going to predict a Kidani versus Polynesian second round matchup. Wow. Get ready.
Get ready. This is going to be a great 3 weeks of resort pool games. I cannot wait. We'll have it to you live. Get your brackets. They're available now. You can copy them, print them out, fill them out, share with us what you think is going to be the winner. Yep. And we will see you on March 16th as we start to receive those final scores from the first round.
Yeah, go to ProfessorLeisure.com where you can find it.
To keep with those live updates.
Take the links
below.
Those live updates.
Yep.
And just stay tuned.
Let the games begin.